Nick Perrin, John Gotti, Don Gotti, Nicholas. He could have been Nicholas Perron-Slote like I am, but he always didn't get along with my father, who happened to be sort of the gooder side of it, where he should have been. Yeah, they got along, and my dad loves him and whatnot, but they had their time. And Nick always goes through these bouts where he hates on that side of my family and all that, but my dad loved him and was there for him, buy him ice cream and all types of things, and we had a great time. But he started hanging out. He's hanging out with all these certain characters. Say these things like these words, these bad words like hillbillies or things like that. And I'm equally on each side. It's hard to explain, but I really hope Nick gets some help with that. Where he's got this thing. I don't know what it is, but certain characters, he was going through a redneck thing for a little bit, where I don't know. I thought I seen something where he was lighting it up and he was wearing like some redneck sort of clothing. Where was it? I don't know. One of these days he was wearing redneck clothing with it. Even linked with Adamson Barbecue. He's out west and all that. He starts acting like these hillbillies and these rednecks and all that or whatever. He's funny. He's real funny. But the police know that or whatever because he's got one where he's got an encounter with the one cop and the cop's just, you can tell that the cop says, well, you can tell what the cop's thinking, like, hey, he's doing a video and it's not too bad. I'm sort of just going to appear as a good cop to the camera and whatnot and go along with it. Like I know he's a rapper guy and whatnot or somewhat. But Gotti, he's unstable mentally sometimes. And I even tell him, Gotti, you got to stop drinking so much alcohol. Like in this live stream, he's drinking hard alcohol. And I was on the hard alcohol too, but I learned it earlier. He's about 8 years older than me. I really want him to slow down. Hey, a little marijuana ain't bad. But I know how it is. I was going to just go take a sip of NyQuil. Because I do need some NyQuil right now. But when it comes to that hard liquor, that is, oof, oof. Okay. How did I get off of it? Oh, I slowed her down. Well, I went to jail and they cleaned me right out. And for 6 months, I got clean. I remember. Oh, now I don't have any desire even for a beverage like alcohol, unless it's a properly mixed one at that. I like a good properly mixed beverage where you can just barely taste the alcohol. You can't even at all taste the alcohol. Just a nice properly mixed beverage. I don't mind. When it comes to this, hey, when I was 18, me and my friend Jeremy Lutner used to those were days. But I never went out to the clubs drinking, and because those are dangerous times, especially when you're drinking the hard stuff. Like, me and him used to play our Battlefield, and actually, I never played Battlefield, but he did, and we played on Skype. You don't know him. He's a good friend of mine, Jeremy Lutner, Texas A&M. Uh, what is he? He is um, not only a great friend of mine, but he's a petroleum engineer out of Texas A&M in Texas, University out of Texas. Anyway, he used to get his drink on and whatnot, but that was a certain time, and his dad grasped him. I don't know back in when 2013, 2014, grasped him immediately. Let him have fun with me. I wish we made so much more of it. His father let him have fun with me, sort of on the thing, and he just wasn't. He started not doing so good in school, so his dad made him come home and whatnot, and canceled the whole thing he had going with him with his allowance and whatnot. And he got so clean, and he's been so good ever since. And I'm sure his dad allows him to have a light mixed beverage every once in a while, maybe who knows. But we were big into the bottles too. But I'm so lucky we learned our lesson with it quick. Anyways, I did because it's horrible for your health. I mean, I showed it before how my brother looked. You could tell in his skin complexion it was deteriorating, and the way he's been treating his own family. But I think that's all to get to this point. I think he wanted to do that. Kind of like how the couple of other bad things sort of affected it. Came up positively because we were always hard workers. So we kind of made disagreements like, okay, we're going to make something positive out of it. But other than that, I really need him to slow down on that alcohol. I don't want him drinking any more hard liquor. Because look, this was a couple months ago, but you can just tell the hard liquor's taking an effect on him. He looks a lot better in person when I seen him when he came over for the spaghetti and meatballs. Um, you can see he's drinking like a, I don't know, watered down whiskey or something. But hey, there's certain times where you can drink too and whatnot. He's got a Rolex. And he's a businessman, and for business you want to be well alert, well rested, and healthy. That's what they taught me before. A lot of these other people in the world, maybe ones that he's met, maybe he has Europeans and whatnot, and Asians and all that. They drink green tea, they drink water all the time, and they try to stay healthy. Maybe a little marijuana or whatever, like I said, but we have to get spiritual, go back to the roots, get healthy. Potatoes. Potatoes are good, like a nice potato soup. We got a percentage Irish in us, eh? Especially my brother. And uh, we like our potatoes. I go through bouts where oh, I crave potatoes. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. It's a root vegetable, a staple food in many parts of the world, and an integral part of much of the world's food supply. Well, of course, India comes to my mind when I think of the potato. The United Kingdom and the Queen comes to my mind when I think of the potato. Irish and Ireland come to my mind when I think of the potato. Canada comes to my mind when I think of the potato. I think of the deep fryers, and how about the hot summer days that you get to pick away at some freshly cut French fries. That's what my mom likes to enjoy. Many other people do. Many women and men, they like to enjoy these these potatoes that have been shaped into these bite-sized sticks and all different variations of such. Crinkle cuts, even. But I'm tired of crinkle cuts. I was going through a crinkle cut time a while back because of I seen in the United States they had that chicken strip wet restaurant. What was it? I can't remember that chicken strip restaurant's name. Not Culver's, not Zaxby's. It's got a name to it. Crinkle cut fries and chicken strips. Raising Cane's. They have that cane sauce. Raising Cane's. Chicken fingers. French fries. Texas toast. That's what I would call it. Coleslaw and many other things. Made his way up to Canada anyway.